The stench hit him first, acrid, sharp, unmistakable. It was a smell that could only be described as the essence of decay, a scent that clung to the air and refused to let go. Jose had encountered bad smells before in his line of work, but this was different. This was something far more sinister. It was the smell of death. A smell that once experienced is never forgotten. It was a scent that told a story of life abruptly ended, of dreams shattered, and of a soul departed. Jose, a sanitation worker in Bogotá, Colombia, was making his usual rounds. He had been working this job for years, navigating the bustling streets and alleys of the city. He never expected this. His routine was about to be shattered in the most horrifying way imaginable. He lifted a discarded suitcase from a dumpster. It was just another piece of trash in a city that never seemed to sleep. But this suitcase was different. It was heavier than it looked, and as he struggled to lift it, a sense of dread began to creep over him. It was heavier than it looked. Much heavier. Jose's curiosity got the better of him. He had to know what was inside. He had to understand why this suitcase felt so wrong. Curiosity turned to horror as he unzipped it. The zipper seemed to move in slow motion, each tooth parting with a sense of impending doom. And then, the contents were revealed. Inside, contorted and lifeless, lay the body of a young woman. Her eyes were closed, her body twisted in a way that spoke of violence and suffering. The sight was enough to make Jose's blood run cold. Her name was Valentina Trespalacios. She was young, full of life, with dreams and aspirations that would now never be realized. Her story was one of promise cut short, of a future stolen. The news spread like wildfire. In a city as connected as Bogotá, it didn't take long for word to get out. The media picked up the story, and soon, everyone knew the name Valentina Trespalacios. A city was left in shock. People gathered in the streets, talking in hushed tones, trying to make sense of the senseless. Who could have done such a thing? And why? Who was this young woman? Valentina was more than just a name in the news. She was a daughter, a friend, a person with a story. Her life had touched many, and her death left a void that could never be filled. And who could have done such a thing? The questions were endless, the answers elusive. The police were determined to find out. They launched a full-scale investigation, pulling in every resource they had. The police launched a full-scale investigation. Detectives worked around the clock, piecing together the fragments of Valentina's last moments. Every clue, every piece of evidence was a step closer to the truth. Time was of the essence. The longer the case went unsolved, the colder the trail would become. The detectives knew they had to act fast, to bring justice for Valentina and closure for her family. They needed to find Valentina's killer. The clock was ticking. Every second that passed was a second too long. The city held its breath, waiting for answers, hoping for justice. Valentina Trespalacios was a force of nature. At 23, she had already made a name for herself. She was a rising star in Bogotá's vibrant electronic music scene. Her sets were electric, full of life, just like her. Music was her passion. She poured her heart and soul into every beat. Valentina dreamed of playing on the world stage. Sharing her music with the world was her ultimate goal, but fate, it seemed, had other plans. Valentina's personal life seemed just as bright. She was dating an American, John Poulos. They had met online, a modern romance. He showered her with attention, gifts, and promises. He seemed smitten. But there were red flags. John could be possessive, controlling. He kept tabs on her every move. He demanded to know her whereabouts. He checked her phone. Valentina brushed it off as concern. Love, she thought, could be intense. On January 20th, 2023, Valentina went out with John. They were seen at a popular nightclub in Bogotá. Security footage captured them dancing, laughing. Everything seemed normal. But it was the last time Valentina was seen alive. Her phone went silent. Her family and friends were worried. They knew something was wrong. Valentina would never disappear like this. Their worst fears were confirmed when the news broke. The body in the suitcase was Valentina's. The investigation quickly focused on John Poulos. He had fled Colombia the day after Valentina's disappearance. Security footage showed him leaving his apartment with a large suitcase. The same suitcase Valentina's body was found in. An international manhunt ensued. Poulos was eventually apprehended in Panama. He was extradited back to Colombia to face charges. The evidence against him was mounting. Valentina's family and friends were devastated. Their world had been turned upside down. They couldn't comprehend how this could happen. Valentina, with her infectious laugh and zest for life, was gone. They remembered her as a bright light, a talented artist, a loyal friend. They demanded justice for Valentina. They wanted answers. They wanted Poulos to pay for what he had done. As the investigation deepened, a darker picture of John Poulos began to emerge. He was not the loving boyfriend he pretended to be. His social media presented a carefully curated facade. Behind it lurked a history of manipulation and violence. His ex-wife came forward with chilling accounts of abuse. He had a history of jealousy and possessiveness. Poulos used intimidation and threats to control the women in his life. Valentina, it seemed, had fallen prey to a master manipulator. Section 8. The digital facade. In today's interconnected world, the digital realm often presents a facade that can be both alluring and dangerous. The case we are about to delve into is a chilling example of how the virtual world can mask sinister realities. The case sent shockwaves through Colombia and beyond. It wasn't just a local tragedy, it resonated globally, highlighting the vulnerabilities we all face in the digital age. It highlighted the dangers of online relationships. The anonymity and ease of creating false personas online can lead to devastating consequences. People often present themselves in the best light, hiding their true intentions. The ease with which we connect with strangers online can be deceptive. What seems like a harmless conversation can quickly turn into something much more sinister. The digital facade can make it difficult to discern reality from fiction. It's difficult to truly know someone's true nature through a screen. The curated profiles and selective sharing of information can create a false sense of security. We must remember that behind every screen is a real person with real intentions, which may not always be good. Valentina's story served as a stark reminder. Her tragic fate underscored the importance of vigilance and the need to approach online interactions with caution. Her story is a testament to the potential dangers lurking behind the digital facade, a reminder to be cautious, to trust your instincts, and to never ignore red flags. If something feels off, it probably is. It's crucial to listen to that inner voice and take necessary precautions. It also sparked a conversation about violence against women. Valentina's case brought to light the broader issue of gender-based violence and the need for systemic change. It galvanized communities to stand up and demand better protection for women, a conversation that continues to this day. The dialogue around online safety, gender-based violence, and the need for greater awareness and education is ongoing. Valentina's legacy is a call to action for all of us to be more vigilant and proactive in protecting ourselves and others in the digital age. Section 9. Justice for Valentina. John Poulos maintains his innocence. He claims he had nothing to do with Valentina's death. But the evidence against him is strong. The trial is ongoing. The world watches and waits for justice to be served. Valentina's case is a complex puzzle. A puzzle pieced together with forensic evidence, witness testimonies, and digital footprints. It's a chilling reminder of the dark side of human nature. A reminder that love can sometimes be deadly. Section 10. Remembering Valentina. Valentina Trespalacios should be remembered for her music, for her infectious energy, and her zest for life. She was a talented artist with a bright future ahead of her, a future tragically cut short. Her legacy lives on through her music, through the memories of those who loved her, and through the ongoing fight for justice in her name. May she rest in peace. Section 11. A world of caution. In a world increasingly dominated by social media, where our lives are intertwined with the digital realm, we must tread carefully. Valentina's story serves as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the potential dangers lurking behind the screens. It's a reminder that not everyone is who they seem online. The anonymity of the internet can be a breeding ground for deception and malice. It's a call to be vigilant, to protect ourselves from those who might wish to do us harm. We must be aware of the signs, the red flags that often go unnoticed, and to look out for one another. In this interconnected world, our safety often depends on the vigilance of our friends and loved ones. As we navigate the complexities of love and relationships in the digital age, let us remember Valentina. Her story is a testament to the importance of listening to our instincts. Let her story be a reminder to listen to our instincts, to trust our gut feelings when something seems off, Often, our intuition can sense danger before our minds can rationalize it, and to never be afraid to walk away from a situation that doesn't feel right. It's better to be safe and cautious than to regret not taking action later. In this digital age, where connections are just a click away, we must balance the convenience of technology with the wisdom of caution. Let us cherish the genuine connections we make, but always with an eye towards our safety. By taking simple steps like setting strong passwords, being mindful of the information we share, and questioning the authenticity of online interactions, we can protect ourselves and those we care about. Let us foster a culture of awareness and support, where we look out for each other and share our experiences to help others avoid the pitfalls we may have encountered. Together, we can create a safer online environment where trust is earned and vigilance is a shared responsibility. Remember, in this world of caution, we are not alone.